Hello, my name is Tom Line, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel, Civil War Corner. Today I'm standing on Houck's Ridge in the Rose Hill, Rose Woods area. I'm going to talk about my favorite unit here at Gettysburg. Those would be the United States Regulars under Roman Ayres. These were the men who were in the Army before the Civil War. Before the Civil War, the United States Army consisted of a little more than 16,000 men, mostly stationed in the West fighting Indians, some manning the forts along the East Coast. At the breakout of the Civil War, if you were an officer from the South, you could resign your commission and go join the Confederate Army if you wished. If you were an enlisted man, you had no such choice. The only way you could leave the Army is to desert. I have never seen numbers that indicate how many men did that, but I would be fascinated to know who all did. At the beginning of the war, obviously the regulars had the most experience. They were called upon to fight in very difficult situations, and that happened here at Gettysburg. The regulars arrived on July 2nd, marching up the Baltimore Pike, stopped at Powers Hill to regroup, and then marched to the slopes of Little Round Top behind me. They then fought their way up Rose Hill, through Rose Woods and Houck's Ridge, into the maelstrom that was the wheat field. The wheat field has been called a vortex that sucked in units from all around the area, and the regulars were no different. They were used to tough fighting, and that's exactly what they walked into. They ended up, frankly, being overwhelmed and outnumbered, but with their experience, they tried many different things. One was to extend their line as thinly as possible, and almost like the old game of crack the whip, try to engulf the enemy that way, but they were unsuccessful in doing that. So they were going to have to retire from the field. Rather than running, rather than just retreating, they turned around, and a soldier watching them said, marched off the battlefield like they were on a parade ground. Again, the wheat field was such a terrible situation that even the best troops the northern side had to offer couldn't make any progress. Two quotes about the regulars stick in my mind, and one's from here in Gettysburg. A soldier on Little Round Top watching what happened in the wheat field said, "For 2 years the regulars taught us how to fight like soldiers. At Gettysburg they taught us how to die like soldiers." And another one, after the war, Roman Ayres was asked, "Did any of your regulars stay in the Army after the war?" And Ayres says, "I have no regulars left. I buried half of them at Gettysburg and half of them at the Wilderness." Just a portrait of bravery of what these men did in the Civil War, just like everyone who fought in the Civil War. If you like what you've seen and heard, please click like and subscribe, and thank you very much for your time.